and welcome everyone. So what makes me passionate about leadership depth is it's been a question, this idea of like what is true, what's really going on has been going on with me for as long as I can remember. I was born on a farm in the north of the Netherlands, and I remember looking out over the fields and wondering what makes nature so beautiful. Why is this in so perfect harmony? What's going on? And I started to become more and more curious about these kinds of questions, which eventually led me to questions like, what would be really loving right now? And what would be really compassionate and wise right now? And I realized that asking these questions was not only interesting to me, but also important for leadership and for life. So what is leadership depth and why is it important? So think about this. Einstein said, problems cannot be resolved from the same level of consciousness that create the problem. So Einstein talks about some kind of relationship between problems and consciousness. So Einstein says something about the kind of thinking, the kind of consciousness, feelings, worldview we bring to our challenges has an impact on how we respond to these challenges. So why have leadership depth? Why bring greater consciousness to our challenges? Because we might become more effective and maybe feel less stressed out in the process. So then, how do we increase leadership depth? How do we do this? Well, in one very simple word, it's practice. And it's practice one moment and one problem at a time. Actually, you know, life is our greatest teacher. Well, problems can be great, you could say, weights in a gym that we can lift up to build this depth muscle. So what I'd like you to do, so to not make this theoretical, let's make this experiential. And I'd like you to think about a challenge that you're facing right now. And this challenge might be VUCA, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And when I think about it, most of our problems and challenges are like that, aren't they? Like, we need to have a difficult conversation with somebody. Which way shall I do this? I want to change the culture of my company. I want to figure out how I work better with my team. I need to let somebody go. We want to increase our marketing effectiveness. We want to change this technology. I want to find a way to feel less stressed out at work and maybe find a way to balance all the different priorities I have with family, work, and community, and whatever else might be going on. So we all have a plethora of challenges. So what I'd like you to do now is pick just one that's present for you right now. Pick one VUCA challenge that is present for you right now. And the one that I will practice on today with you is this one. I need to give a partner in one of my projects some feedback, and I'm not quite satisfied with his performance. So that's the challenge that I have. So now the question is, how do I bring leadership depth to this question? Well, to create depth, I have to start looking inside of me. And when I look inside of me, I might notice, when I look deeply, like some still, quiet wisdom that wants me to be patient, quiet, peaceful, compassionate, creative, caring, maybe even loving. And we can call all that our owl consciousness, our owl values. In neuroscience, you could say it has to do with our prefrontal cortices, our logical thinking, and also with our heart, like the tallness inside of us. And then there is also this cacophony of other voices inside of us. So notice that within yourself. There might be all kinds of other voices inside of us, which we can call our crocodiles. And we've actually called it our crocodilian fears, our crocodilian fears, because a lot of that thinking, if you really become discerning about it, we notice has some quality of worry about it, that it's like reactive. And this makes sense because our nervous system primarily is designed for one thing, which is what? You guessed it. It's survival. And it's not only physical survival, it's also emotional survival. So it's about like my little me, my little ego. Like, I want to be a nice person. I want to be a good person. I want to be a competent person. I want to be a funny person. I want to be liked. Please, somebody tell me how good I am. Of course, underneath is the fear that I'm not good enough. And any of these egoic personalities get, you could say, challenged. And our crocodile tries to do its utmost best to protect our ego. Ergo, we have a lot of thinking going on all day, basically with one interest, to protect my emotional integrity. And beyond that, my emotional identity. So that's the bad news, that we have all this stuff going on. The good news is that we can take a step back. And in that moment, when we feel stressed out about something, when our crocodiles are roaring and maybe are so loud that we don't hear the owl anymore, we can ask ourselves a very simple question. Who's talking right now? Is it the owl, our wise self, or the crocodile? And when I'm not sure, I can be pretty sure that it's my crocodile.